Is it now fair to say that we can push back on this idea that Trump's a convicted felon? It's like, it's kind of TBD. Is that fair, Will? Based on the Supreme Court decision that they got to that conclusion, maybe using unconstitutional means.
Trump is not a convicted felon. Let's say that again. Trump is not a convicted felon. A jury verdict is not a final judgment until the moment of sentencing, which now may never occur.
I love that.
Trump is not a convicted felon.
That's a huge narrative wrinkle. I think that's important, Will, because they're saying this every day. Is it cause for the Trump campaign to be able to sue when they say convicted felon, or is that because it's technically not correct?
I'm going to watch my words here, but I'll say that we sued George Stephanopoulos for defamation, or President Trump sued George Stephanopoulos for defamation. If I were folks on the left, I would choose their words very carefully in the months ahead.
When Will Scharf makes a statement like that, you better take notes and listen very carefully. I interrupted you. Just repeat it one more time. Trump is not a convicted felon. Why? A jury decision is not a final conviction. Is that correct?
Yeah. When we say convicted felon, we're talking about a final judgment. Final judgment is not entered until the point of sentencing. So the fact that the jury returned a guilty verdict does not make President Trump a convicted felon. Until the day he is sentenced, he is not a convicted felon. And now it looks like he may not be sentenced at all. We've pushed back sentencing over 2 months. And Judge Merchan acknowledges in his order that sentencing may not even be required in this case, which indicates that he believes, as the prosecution clearly believes, as we certainly believe, that there are deep evidentiary issues in the way that this case was presented at trial, certainly deep issues relating to the Supreme Court's opinion on Monday. And as a result, again, President Trump is not a convicted felon, and I do not believe he will be a convicted felon.
That is huge. Will, tell 20 seconds people about your race, how they can support you.
My name's Will Scharf. I'm running to be Missouri's next attorney general in my infinite free time when I'm not defending President Trump in court. Conservative Missourians are fired up. They're sick and tired of the political establishment in this state. They want a conservative change. That's the dynamic we're seeing on the ground here. That's the dynamic I think you're seeing all across the country, Charlie. People are sick and tired of career politicians and deep state bureaucrats running this country into the ground. That's what we're fighting against.